Hey everybody, Mono Wisdom here. This is the round 4 matchups in our Castaways versus Newlanders blog poll battle series. Recording the video, no clue when I'll get to upload it because I haven't had internet for, what is it now? Basically like 2 weeks, we'll just call it that. Every once in a while there'll be a connection and it'll absolutely crawl, then I'll get kicked off. It's usually in like the early morning hours when it's the coldest the ground gets. Don't have internet at all. It's been mid-90s the last 2 days. Good news is, shockingly, cold fronts coming in might get like a dusting of snow for the first day of May. But best news on that end, tomorrow the cable company's supposed to come again. I stress again, because the first time they resolved absolutely nothing, but they confirmed exactly what I told them when I called in the problem, which was the landline is undersized, it's got issues, it's bad, it needs to be replaced, and I'm pretty sure the 7-year-old modem has probably been superseded by something better. If they show up tomorrow, that's a big if. They're supposed to run new cable. If they can't shoot it through the ground, there's going to be a temporary line, which brings to question why the temporary line wasn't run last week on the initial service call. One of life's little mysteries right there, because really nothing was accomplished aside from them confirming what I'd already told them was the problem. But the good news is, assuming they actually fix this mess, we'll be upgrading the cable. It's essentially right now like, the diameter of a pin, and the new cable, since we're so far from the box, is going to be significantly larger. Basically right now I have a dead signal, and if I had the new modem, which they have on the market and give the new sign-ups and everything, it would actually not work at all, even when this one does, because it has to have a better signal. And it's just a big mess. But my apologies on not getting anything uploaded. That includes the battles here, it includes the Newlander upgrade pass, some other stuff I had in the works, but and responding to comments and questions and everything. But again, it's all beyond my control. I can do Twitter on my phone real easy. Google Plus I could do, it's just I'm in my main account and you can access your page, you just have to sign out and re-sign. It's kind of weird. I'm hoping they address that in the future. Facebook mobile, I do not touch that. The blog, you could conceivably do it, but I'm like a stickler for grammar and punctuation, and my thumb covers like 90% of the keyboard, so we'd just be looking at an eternity. But main thing, I've gotten that aside. I gripe about it a lot in the Swarms upgrade video. Just a heads up, that's the first giant upgrade I record, and if you don't want to hear me gripe about the cable company, you can skip ahead like 5 minutes or something at the start of the video. That said, what we have here again is our round 4 matches. Got some pretty good ones in store in this one. We're going to go ahead, cut to the chase. We have Castaway from the air element, Warnado. Alright, so the batteries just died in the camera. For the record, I do actually still use the Jet-Vac rechargeable that I did an unboxing on. I get random questions on that a lot, but here they are. Again, it's the same thing I unboxed. It has a little charger. It's been like 2 or 3 years. I still get really good use out of them. I don't know, I probably shot like 40 minutes of video on them, and they're old batteries. So that aside, as I was saying, Castaway air element Warnado comes in at 2-1. He was just defeated in round 3 by Hot Dog, and he is finding himself up against the Newlander from the life element Shroomboom, who is, as you might have guessed, winless. Again, I don't like to put my personal opinions in on this one. I do that, save it for the results. I know who I would pick. That said, again, weigh in everything, not just typical battle mode scenario, but gameplay, aesthetics, who you like, everything like that. I don't know, I mean, yeah, I could see it maybe being, not a complete blowout. I'll just leave it at that, but I think I know what people will do. I definitely know what I would do. But first matchup again, Warnado at 2-1, going up against 0-3 Shroomboom. Our next matchup, this one, let me skim the field again. Yeah, I'll actually go on record and say it. I think this, personally, is the most intriguing matchup on my end. It is Dino-Rang, Earth Element's Castaway, going up against the Newlander from the Magic Element, Pop Fizz. Dino-Rang comes in at 2-1. Pop Fizz, if you recall, has that tie with Camo. I'm going to get resolved with sudden death, but he is basically undefeated, 2-0-1. He's got 2 wins and a tie. Right now, I think, it's clear Pop Fizz would probably be the more popular character, but I think this one's going to be interesting. I'll leave it at that. I know, again, what I would do, and I think I know what people would do. Those don't necessarily align, but bottom line, I think this one could actually be pretty tight, and that's what we like to see. That's what's exciting. And I think you'll have to agree with me when you take a look at our next matchup. This features Fire Element Castaways Sunburn, the Rising Phoenix Fire Dragon, if you will. He comes in at 1-2, by the way. Same record for his challenger, Sprocket, the Tech Element Newlander. These two are going to square off. Again, somebody will improve to 500. The other will fall to 1-3. I know who I would be picking. This would be a landslide in my book. I think it'll be a landslide in what everyone else does. But nonetheless, Sunburn versus Sprocket. Next up, really think this one will be pretty good too. It's not my marquee matchup. Again, my marquee matchup, Dino-Rang Pop Fizz. I would probably put this one number 2 on that list. And I think number 2 on the overall list. I'll tell you what I think the number 1 is in a second. But Camo, Life Element Castaway, he comes in undefeated, 2-0-1. Again, he has that tie with Pop Fizz. He is going up against Undead Element Newlander, Fright Rider. Fright Rider also comes in 2-1. So this is a pretty, based on what we've seen in this poll series, pretty even match. You've kind of got the popularity surrounding Camo still carrying over from last summer. Coming in against the, Fright Rider. He was hard to find there for a little while here recently. I think he's shipping again with some of the other characters. But I think this one will be pretty good. Again, personally, I'd put it right behind Dino-Rang and Pop Fizz. And I would also put it as the number 2 match in this one. Overall, given on what I think everyone else would rank number 1. But I think that one will come down and be pretty tight. I think everyone will enjoy it. And again, I can't stress enough, that's why it's important you vote. You saw in round 3 we had so many battles decided by like 2, 3, 5 votes. And obviously, just getting another 4 people in could significantly change things. This one's actually a pretty intriguing matchup as well. I don't think it's of the caliber of some of the others. But we have got Magic Element Castaway Voodood, who comes in at 1-2, going up against the winless Chill Water Element Newlander. She is 0-3. I'm actually a really big Chill fan. That's kind of surprising. Nonetheless, something's got to give here. Voodood will either improve to 500 or Chill will notch her first win and knot up with Voodood in the rankings at 1-3. Again, I think if people are kind of honest there, that one might actually turn out to be relatively close. Next matchup, we've got Air Element Castaway Jet-Vac, who is 0-3, winless yet again, going up against the lovable loser, if you will, Boomer, the Tech Element Castaway. Boomer comes in actually at 1-2, Jet-Vac 0-3. These are kind of, I don't want to say polar opposites. They have some similarities. But, I don't know. I just have a feeling it could actually turn out to be pretty interesting. Jet-Vac's been getting blown out. But I think this one may be a little bit tighter. We'll see what happens. But again, 1 and 2 Boomer going up against the winless Jet-Vac. Next up, we'll just start again. This one is a dichotomy of rankings here, believe it or not. Flashwing, Earth Element Newlander. She comes in winless, 0 and 3, just like Chillin', Jet-Vac, and Shroomboom. And Ghost Roaster, Undead Element Castaway, comes in undefeated at 3 and 0. Flashwing, unlike Jet-Vac, she's actually been pretty close in several of these matches, and particularly there against Wham-Shell. She just lost by 2 votes previous round. But given the way Ghost Roaster's performing and the fact Flashwing's, she's got a pretty good following and is a really great character upgraded, I think this one will be pretty close. I know Ghost Roaster's been blowing people out. I think Flashwing will come in and it'll at least be competitive. And I actually know what I would pick here. It would be very, very tight. But I don't know. I think this one will actually be... The records don't indicate what I think this matchup will be about. Again, 0 and 3 Flashwing, 3 and 0 Ghost Roaster. Don't let the records fool you. I think this one has potential to go down to the wire. Our next one, it'll be an interesting matchup in my book, but I think overall, out of the 8 matches this time around, this is probably the #1 matchup for the vast majority of you watching this video. You basically got the Fire Element Newlander Hot Dog, very popular, hot commodity if you will, going up against the incredibly hard to find still Wham-Shell from the Water Element. As you should know, Hot Dog comes in undefeated at 3 and 0. Wham-Shell comes in undefeated at 3 and 0. This is fire versus water, 2 undefeated juggernauts, if you will, squaring off against one another. Somebody has to lose. That means somebody is going to improve to 4 and 0, remain undefeated, and the other character is going to register their first loss of the tournament. This one's going to be pretty good. I know if you've watched the results videos, I haven't been real big on either one of them. I think these two actually match up extremely well. Not just in terms of like their fan base and their cult followings, but in particularly just, I think they counter one another very, very well. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. And then again, you've got the whole, fire versus water thing going, so that's pretty sweet. But 3-0 Hot Dog, 3-0 Wham-Shell, 2 fan favorites, both undefeated. Something's got to change. I'm excited to see what happens here. And again, I have this pegged down as the marquee matchup that everyone wants to see. It's kind of the type of thing I'd set up if I wasn't just kind of like cycling through in order. And again, I'm excited to see what happens here. Still, that said, while I do consider that to be the #1 matchup in terms, of what everybody would like to see, let's try to get them back in the frame here for you. Still, in my book, I am the most intrigued by Dino-Rang Pop Fizz. Just kind of, I'm going to be interested in seeing what goes down there. Fright or Camo, I think that one's probably right behind for most people the Wham-Shell Hot Dog Showdown. Let's see, Chill and Voodood, I think will be fairly close. Flashwing and Ghost Roaster, I think it's going to be closer than people expect. Could be wrong. And I feel like Jet-Vac, could put up a decent fight this time around going up against Boomer. We'll kind of see what happens. Again, Chase McCain's out there somewhere. I left him in the same spot. There's not much to hide behind. Basically, I had to kind of move everything, when the cable company came in, and, try not to, you'll never want people to see anything. They could come back and, document or something. So just kind of tidy up, moved everything off the pool table. But I'm sure it'll come back. There'll probably be some more stuff. No movement yet in the U.S. on Scarlet and Genie Polar Whirlwind, or even Light Core Chill, Light Core Pop Fizz, Series 2 Drobot. So if any news like that breaks before I have my internet back on, I'll post it to Twitter for you. If at all possible, maybe at work I can like crank out a quick blog post, throw a link in for you or something. But again, hopefully tomorrow's the big day. They're supposed to come run the cable, and I'm hopeful that that will take care of all the issues. We'll see what happens. If that does do that, I'm going to have round 3 results up, round 4 matchups up. Flashwings upgrades are going to go up. Jade Flashwings upgrades. Tons of stuff's in the pipeline. I mean, it's kind of been piling up on me here. But pretty good matches here. I think there's going to be quite a few that'll be interesting to follow. Again, I did actually have these up on time. Essentially right as the round 3 closed, I made these that night. However, that's when the internet really went downhill. I think I made the post on Facebook that I had the poll battles up when the internet was kind of, sputtering around, didn't think I could get videos up. And then I just completely lost it. It seems to be the worst on the weekends. Cable company blames the heat for dropping some of the signal strength, which is funny because I didn't have any troubles the last couple of summers in terms of the speed slowing down or anything. But I do know that's a known issue, but like I said, it's kind of relatively new here. So main thing, again, hopefully it's finally going to be fixed tomorrow. Things might go back to normal. I can get some videos up for you. But I guess I'll end this, get these edited, go take on Insanity Day 57 or something. Almost done with that. That's going to be nice. I'll actually finish up Sunday. And I think, again, what I'll do, there are a few people, that I guess either through Twitter or they just go to the blog, have already gotten their votes in. This round 4 should technically end this Friday. What would that be, like May 3rd, I guess? What I'll probably do, since I couldn't get the video up, and that's where most people, use to rely on as their source of, hey, go vote, I'll probably extend it until next Friday. Then I think what I'll do for future polls, at least in this series, is probably cut them back from 10 days to 7, basically make it a Friday to Friday type deal. That way it gives me more opportunity to not only get the polls up, but the videos up all in one whack. Don't have to, get up early, go to work in the morning or anything. So I'll probably tweak it like that, and hopefully this will take care of the internet issues. If nothing else, I should be buzzing along a lot faster. That means I can probably get videos uploaded quicker, everything like that. So, alright, so that delay was because we maxed out the card. I had some stuff from the weekend, hence the 40 plus minutes or so of video. But that's basically it. It is now, I think, like 2:45 in the morning. I actually have internet. That said, it's one of those deals where, just trying to check your email, even Gmail, that's not, labor intensive like a Hotmail or Yahoo is absolutely crawling. And then I get disconnected, so that's problematic. But here in that I guess 12, 13 hours or so, we'll just say 15 since they were late last time after I waited 2 hours. Should get the new cable run. Hopefully that takes care of everything. But again, just to recap, I can't really remember what I said. But there at the end, we've got round 4 matchups here. I think we've got some good ones. Again, the polls can be found on the right-hand side of the blog, just below the Twitter feed. Again, I'll have a link right there at the top of the video description. It'll take you to the pertinent poll. If you're curious, how Wham-Shell and Hot Dog are 3-0, I actually have the results videos, the matchups, and more importantly, I actually take screen caps and archive the poll results for you. So if you're new to the series, you can catch up on everything there. All the future matches will also be documented in the same manner, so you can catch up there, follow along, whatever floats your boat. Really late. I'm going to go ahead and get this tacked on to the end of the video so I can get it edited and ready to go, assuming I have internet at this time tomorrow. Again, my apologies on not having the video up. It's a small wonder I got the polls created as they should have been done, but like I said, most people rely on the videos to kind of know the polls are up, so in all likelihood I'm going to extend this when I hopefully get internet tomorrow. I'll upload these and then I'll just come in, and again, this one is slated to end Friday. I think that's like the 2nd or 3rd of May, so I'll probably bump that 7 days off to next Friday, and we'll just take it from there. So again, my apologies. Nothing I could do on my end. It kind of comes down to the crappy cable company, so it is what it is. Hopefully it gets resolved. Again, thanks for watching. More importantly, in this case, thank you for voting. Please continue to do so. As you've seen, particularly round 3 results, just 2-3 votes can sway things and change the outcome of these battles. So make sure to vote, tell your friends to vote, pull for your favorites, and we will see who comes out victorious after our round 4 matchups.